Hello everyone. I welcome all the viewers of this video on electromagnetic wave. This is lecture number 2 in a series of lecture I planned for the course electromagnetic waves. In the previous lecture, we have seen what is exactly electromagnetic wave means, what is importance of this course, what are the uses of electromagnetic waves, and if we want to understand electromagnetic wave, then what are the basic requirements. Somewhere in my previous lecture I told you that if you want to learn this course properly, you should be very perfect in a mathematical part called as vector integration. So the main objective of today's lecture is to start with the part of vector integration. So this is all about the first lecture. Just I talked about this. What exactly we have seen in the previous lecture? We have seen the structure of electromagnetic waves. We have discussed the uses of electromagnetic waves. We have seen syllabus, unit-wise content of that, aim of the subject, objectives, outcomes, and books required to understand electromagnetic fields. Then after that we discussed about Maxwell equations. Hope you can recall that. And finally we discussed about the basic requirement to learn the subject, that is vector integration and coordinate system. So these are the contents of unit number 1, that is vector integration. If you read the heading properly, you will find that two different part of mathematics, vector and integration, are going to get combined. Before starting vector integration, I feel there is need to clear the concept of integration. And that's why today in my lecture I am going to teach you the integration fundamental. What is exactly meaning of integration? What is fundamental of integration? And that's why today I planned my lecture to cover 3 different parts under integration process. The first one is single integration, second one is double integration, and third one is triple integration. But as far as syllabus of unit number 1 is concerned, in unit number 1 we are going to cover the mathematical part of coordinate systems. We are going to revise all the basics of vectors which we have seen in 12th standard and first year. The new terms we are going to learn under vector, that is called as gradient, divergence and curl. Using this we are going to discuss single, double, triple integration of vectors. And then the most important part of unit number 1 are 2 different theorems, Stokes theorem and divergence theorem. So in general I want to tell you that in unit number 1, which is vector integration, which is a combination of the 2 different part of mathematics, vector and integration, unless and until we are going to clear the idea of integration, we are not going to start with the process called as vector integration. Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the concept of integration. Actually, whenever I am asking question to my student about the concept of integration, fundamental of integration, hardly I got an answer from all the students. Because normally it happens whenever we are learning integration, we are learning integration from the point of view of formula only. We know number of results of integration, like what is exactly integration of cos x, integration of sin x, integration of tan x, integration of log x, etc., etc., etc. But what do you mean by integration? How we are using integration process in practice? Now I can ask you, okay, where we have seen the terms integration and derivative for the first time in our syllabus? The answer is, we have seen integration and derivative, that is the differentiation, for the first time in 12th standard. The question is, in which subject? The normally answer we are getting that obviously in mathematics. But I want to add something to that. In addition to mathematics, we also see integration and differentiation somewhere in science. If you take example of differentiation, or I can say derivative, we have seen the concept of derivative for the first time in the subject called as chemistry. You can recall the topic halogen derivatives. The halogen derivatives, whatever we learned somewhere in 12th standard, the halogen derivatives was iodoform and chloroform. Now why they are called as halogen derivatives? Very simple thing, since they are derived from halogen, they are called as halogen derivatives. So somewhere the definition of differentiation, definition of integration lies in the word itself. Now today my objective is to make the concept of integration, differentiation very clear to you by giving a very simple example. Now let us take an example of a copper wire. A copper wire of 10 centimeter. So definitely whatever example we are discussing here, we are discussing the example from science point of view, but our basic objective is to clear mathematical fundamentals. Don't forget the objective. Objective is to make idea of integration very clear to us. Now this example is sufficient to understand derivative means what, integration means what, and what do you mean by constant of integration. Because whenever we write mathematically about integration, we write like this: integration of f of x dx, integration of f dash of x dx is equals to f of x plus. Now the question comes, what do you mean by this constant of integration? See, idea of this constant of integration is not clear to the students. But somewhere in the subject that we are going to learn, there is need to understand this constant of integration. So today, by this example, we are going to make clear what do you mean by integration, what do you mean by differentiation, what do you mean by constant of integration. So come back to the example again. It is a copper wire whose length is 10 centimeter. Now for example, if I am going to give you an assignment to break this wire, the great question is, are you ready to break the wire? Listen the data very carefully. I am asking you to break the wire. So don't give the answer, yes sir, we can break it. Before breaking the wire, make it clear how to break the wire. Think at least what tools we are having to break the wires. Then one more question is there is, we can break the wire, but what is the length of expected, what is expected length of what each and every part of the wire, each and everything is very important. So here main target, main objective is to break the wire. Again and again I am repeating same thing, we want to break the wire. Now how to break the wire? I am giving you data. This is a copper wire of 10 centimeter. We can have a wire like this in a practice. And now, if I am giving you data, you break this wire into differential parts. Now up to the 6th unit of EMF, don't forget the term differential. What is meaning of differential? Differential means elemental. It means small, very small, approximately equal to a point. Again I am repeating. What do you mean by differential? Differential means small, small means very small, approximately equal to a point. Now if the idea of the term is very clear to you, what do you mean by differential part? Let us start the assignment. I am executing the assignment on your behalf. Now see what I am doing. I am breaking this wire into differential parts. Let us break the wire into differential part. So I am trying to break it. I have broken it. Now you can have a question. Now see here,
each and every part is a differential part. Now don't get confused, just I told you that differential means very small, approximately equal to point. But for example, if this particular part is visible, it is not actually approximately equal to point, but whatever part I have shown here is a magnified view of a point, but in practice, this particular part is approximately equal to point. So don't wrongly interpret. So this is differential part, all are the differential part. If for example, if one part is taken into account, let us take this part into account. Ask question to yourself, what do you mean by this part? Answer is, this is one of the part of the wire. And since this is one of the part of wire, there is no harm in saying that it is a derivative of the wire. Why it is derivative? It is derived from the wire. Now what exactly we have done? We have broken the wire, we have divided the wire, we have differentiated the wire, and that's why idea of differentiation is very clear to us. What we mean by differentiation? It means breaking. It means breaking into small part, and for example, if one particular small part I am highlighting here, whatever part I highlighted, again I am repeating same thing, it is a magnified view, but practically if you think, it is approximately equal to point. Hope this idea is clear to you. Then again, what is this part? This particular part is a derivative of the complete wire. So definitely number of derivatives we are having available here. Is it clear? Now we will execute the reverse process. Now small part of the wires are available with us. Now for example, if I am going to give one more assignment, now join the small parts. What ultimately we are going to do? We are going to combine the parts, we are going to aggregate the part, we are going to sum up the part, we are going to combine the part, we are going to add the part, we are going to integrate the parts. So definition of integration is lying basically in the term itself. To integrate means what? To add, to sum up, to combine, to aggregate. Is it clear? So now when we have broken the wire, what mathematically we have done? We have differentiated the wire. Now when we have joined the small parts, what ultimately we have done? We have integrated the parts, and after joining the parts, what ultimately we are going to get? We are going to get a wire. Now the question to you is that whatever wire we are going to get after joining the part, what is going to be the length of this particular wire? Initially the length was mentioned here 10 centimeter. Now what is length of the wire? So if you think very properly, practically you are going to get an answer. The initial length was 10 centimeter, but after joining the part, whatever wire we are going to get, 100% length of the wire is not going to be equal to 10 centimeter. Then what is going to be length of new wire? It is going to be less than 10 centimeter. It can be 9.999999 centimeter. It can be 9.8, it can be 9.7, it can be 8, it can be 7 also. It all depends upon efficiency of your cutting. It also depends upon efficiency of joining. So practically this is very correct. Initial length was 10 centimeter and new length is never going to be 10 centimeter. It is going to be less than 10 centimeter. For example, 9.999, it can be 9.8, it can be 9.7, it can be 8 also. If efficiency is very poor, it can be 7 also. And that's why, if you see this mathematical expression, it is very clear from that. Whenever we are integrating any function, we are not going to get the original function. We are writing plus c. What is exactly meaning of plus c? Very clear from the example. The new length of this wire is not going to be centimeter, 10 centimeter. It is going to be less than 10 centimeter. And that's why whenever we represent this mathematical process by an equation, and when we write is equals to means balance. If we are not going to write this plus c, it ultimately going to be the meaning like this. New length and original length is going to be one and the same thing, but we know that some loss is incurred in breaking the wire and some loss is incurred in joining the wire. So it is very clear from that the new length is not going to be 10, it is going to be less than that. So do you think some loss is incurred? Yes, definitely. And that's why to compensate the loss, because we are writing is equals to, I think there is need to put something here, and that c is basically called as constant of integration. Is it clear? So I think This example is more than sufficient to understand concept of integration and concept of differentiation. What do you mean by to differentiate? To differentiate means to break, to divide. And what do you mean by to integrate? To integrate means to add, to sum up, to combine, to aggregate, etc., etc., etc. And what is constant of integration? It is nothing but what? A loss. Can I say compensation of loss? Yes, compensation of loss. Whatever loss is incurred in this process, if we want to compensate it, definitely we have to put something here, and that's why we are putting constant of integration. Now, here you can have a question and answer. What is significance? Yes, significance we are clear. Then what is the use of that? Definitely in future, while going through the syllabus of EMF, somewhere you are going to understand why in the initial phase we started the story of the subject with what? The concept of integration and concept of differentiation. Is it clear? Now, the main objective of my today's lecture is to ask one simple question to all of you. And the question is, whenever we express integration mathematically, this one, integration of f of x dx, for example, from x is equals to a to x is equals to b, my interest today is to ask you a question. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by integrating a function f of x from x is equals to a to x is equals to b with respect to x? Is it clear? You can ask question to yourself really whether you know this. When we integrate a function from x is equals to a to x is equals to b with respect to x, really what we are doing? Definitely answer is that the idea is not very clear to us. But today our target is to understand this complete story. My objective is to teach you the meaning of x is equals to a means what, x is equals to b means what. My target is to explain you what is exactly meaning of this dx. So today we are going to clear the idea of initial limit, final limit, and what do you mean by this term called as dx. Now just now we have seen a simple example, and from that example the thing is very clear. What do you mean by integration? Integration means to combine, means to join. So here the same question if I am going to put, what do you mean by integration? Don't give the answer. Integration means to join the part of wire. That was an example just to clear the idea of integration process. But here today's objective is just to clear this, and if you can answer this, automatically you are going to get answer of this double integration process and triple integration process. So in my first lecture I told you that in EMF whatever we are going to learn, it is totally based on double and triple integration process. So today our main objective is to go for double and triple, but somewhere a question is there, before going for double and triple, if my student don't know what is the meaning of single integration, so it is very important for me at least because I am the subject coordinator. So if my students are going to understand single integration properly, then only they are going to understand double and triple. So it is my humble request to you to please focus yourself properly on what this process. If the idea of this process will be very clear to you, automatically you are going to get the meaning of double and triple integration process. So, what was the main question of discussion? The main question of discussion is, what do you mean by integrating a function f of x from a to b with respect to x? Again I am repeating same thing. A function is there, f of x. Please don't ask the question, silly question like what do you mean by function? This is a mathematical function. So you should know that the function can be anything in the field of science. In engineering, function can be force, it can be acceleration, it can be velocity, it can be temperature, it can be intensity, it can be density, it can be power, it can be anything. Is it clear? So whatever function we are having here, it is generalized function. Why I am adding the term generalized function? Because if somebody is going to ask a question, what is it? Measuring unit of this function f of x. Since we don't know really at the moment, it is a force, it is a velocity, it is a current, it is a voltage. So unless and until the data is given to us, it is not practically possible for us to answer what is the unit of that. Its unit can be Newton if it is force, the unit can be volts if it is a voltage, unit can be ampere if it is current, unit can be degrees if it is temperature, etc., etc., etc. Hope it is clear to you. Now, with this objective, we are starting. Just now, one example I have given to you. Integration means to combine, means to join, means to aggregate, means to sum up. But the same question I am having here also, what do you mean by this? Now, for example, if a non-technical person is definitely approaching us and we are learning integration and he asks you what you are doing and we answer, yes, we are learning integration. And if he asks the question, what exactly you are doing, you are answering, we are integrating a function from x equal to a to x equal to b with respect to x. But definitely he is a non-mathematics professional, he is a non-technical person, he is not going to understand what exactly you are doing. So keep one thing in mind, if idea is very clear to you, then you can explain the things to non-technical people also and non-mathematics professional person also. So don't forget the question. What is the question? The question is very simple, again repeating same thing. Don't take it as an irritating question because that question is going to teach you a lot. What do you mean by to integrate a function f of x from x equal to a to x equal to b with respect to x? And just to clear the idea of this, see, I want answer from your side. And definitely in online teaching process, you can give the answer by doing one simple thing. You can unmute your speaker, you can talk. And second thing, at least you can answer by putting something in what the message is. Is it clear? Now, with this particular objective, I want to give you one example. The example is a very simple example from your favorite field. I know mechanics is your one of the favorite subject, and I know some students are really afraid of what mechanics. But example is very